Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the HK Rifle Works YouTube channel. So today I wanted to take a quick look at how I kind of hand fit this Surefire X300, this is the A model, to this Beretta M9A4 right here. So before we get started, I wanted to take a quick look at the X300 Ultra line. Surefire has two models of this light, an A model and a B model. Now the A model has this locking tab right here, which is really cool. It almost acts like a quick disconnect system. So when you're putting it on a handgun, and I'll demonstrate here on this FNX45 Tactical, you essentially just pull down on the tabs, seat the light, let it go, and it locks in place so your light doesn't move. Inversely, they have a B model, and the B model is your more traditional like crossbolt style. So if you're using a B model, you essentially just place it on your rail, tighten the crossbolt, and it's locked on. I really like to gravitate towards the A model of these lights just because the convenience and the toolless factor of them. When I'm out in the field, say I need to service this light, maybe change a battery, anything like that, it's so much easier to just depress these tabs, remove the light from the weapon system, and I can perform whatever service that I need before I reattach it. You don't have to sit around, go digging through your bag to find specific tools and stuff like that. So I really like to gravitate towards the A model light. The only caveat is, and this is brought up a few times, that the A model is mainly designed for your polymer frame handguns, like the FNX45 Tactical here, or any other polymer frame gun. And then the B model is designed more or less for metal frame handguns. And while that may be true, I really still like the A model. So if I can get by using the A model, I will. And the issue becomes with these models, or the A model, is these inserts right here. So there's a Picatinny insert, and I'll roll in pictures throughout the video so y'all will be able to see close-ups. But there's a Picatinny insert in the light now, and a universal insert. And essentially what these do is they ride on the inside of your Picatinny or your rail sections on your handgun. So unfortunately, if these don't work on the A model, if you get too much play, Surefire provides a rail lock system, which are these components right here. And essentially what it is it kind of turns it into like a mock B model, if that makes sense. So again, you can buy the A model and use the rail lock system, but just like we said before, you're back to kind of square one in terms of losing the benefit that I think is the best feature of the A model and its biggest selling point. So I will do whatever I can to kind of avoid using the rail lock system. So kind of what I did is I modified these plates just a little bit to fit this handgun, and I'll explain why. So if I take my unmodified X300, if you look on the Beretta, you have 3 lugs in this Picatinny rail. And I have the Picatinny mount in this X300 that just came off the FNX. And essentially what happens is I can put it on the first lug fine, right? You can hear that rattle. It's not super secure. You don't really want that, and it's really far away from the operator. So if you're using this handgun, your controls are very far away from your firing hand. So that begs the question, well, why can't I seat it a little bit further down and get it in that second rail section? So when you pull the tab down and seat it down, it doesn't go far enough, so essentially you don't have the clearance because the switch housing is butting up against the trigger guard, so you can't push the light far enough down to lock in that second rail section there. So you're kind of SOL in that sense. But unlike, for instance, the FNX45 Tactical, it fits just fine, just like that. It butts up fine, there's no rattle, everything like that. It fits perfect, honestly. So without having to go to the B model or having to use the rail lock system, I did a little modification to some of these tabs right here. And essentially what I did is you can see the lugs on these things. And again, there'll be pictures up, but you can see the lugs. And the issue that I was facing is not being able to get to the second Picatinny slot here, or kind of the groove in here in the Picatinny rail. So what I did is I essentially took a file and I put this in a vise and essentially took a file and started filing just the tip of this section right here. Let me get something to point with. Just the tip of this flat right here, this lug. And I started filing it ever so slightly down and test fitting it over and over. Now, the result that I got after doing it a few times is I can seat the light, but the tab is still down, and you may be able to hear this, but if I push the light back into the trigger guard and push up on the tab, if you hear that click, it's clicked into place right now. So the light is completely secure. It's not going anywhere. There's no rattling. It's not moving. But I can still pull these tabs down and use it as a quick disconnect. So what I've essentially done is filed this tab down, and I have closely tolerated the contact on the front of this lug and the contact of the trigger guard on the back of the switch. So if I filed off too much, I'd still be able to make it into the second groove right here, but I would have too much play, if that makes sense. So if I took off too much, it'd be able to seat and sit just fine where I needed it, but if I moved the handgun would rattle. It would have forward and backwards movement. So that's just the importance of take your time, take off little by little, and just do it trial and error, trial fit, and I think it's about perfect when you can seat the light, push up on the tab, you can hear it click into place, and you have zero movement. So like I said, let me know what you think. This is the best way that I found, and like I said, you could just make it easy and go with the B model, but I like to make things super complicated. But this helped me, so I hope it helps some of y'all if y'all are facing any rattling on the A model and maybe you don't want to buy another $250 X300 or something like that and still want to be able to use the functionality of it. But anyways, again, like I said, I hope this helps. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Make sure to subscribe, leave me a comment, and let me know if you're running the Surefire X300 and if you have the A or the B model, and if you're running it on a polymer or metal or polymer frame handgun. And yeah, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog I said hi. We'll see you in the next one.